Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our Booster Club members for your many donations and much more, your prayers. We visited faraway countries and strange lands. We've even spoken to dignitaries and were detained for spreading the glorious gospel in Cuba. The truth is that the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered throughout the world. Help us on our journey as we continue to raise up the nation of Israel. 12 tribes worldwide. Join or donate today. Shalom.
Shalom to brothers and sisters that are following us online. Welcome again to the Sabbath class with us here in Raleigh, North Carolina. I tell you, I was putting together a class early this morning. We all right with the apparatus? Okay. I was putting together a class this morning, and I was thinking about what I had witnessed last week. I was in Savannah with Bishop, and he went through some of the history that deals with the Spanish expulsion of the Jews. And when certain information was coming out, and I'm gonna clear all that up. When I say Spanish expulsion of the Jews, some people might not know what I'm talking about, but don't worry, we're gonna fix all that up. And we were coming across information that was in these books. I'm gonna say these books because it seems like every time we put a book on the screen, boom, the price goes up. Captain Josiah just showed me one book I ain't even seen yet. And the book was initially around $200. Then he just said within a couple of days, it's $700 now, $699. $800. So I saw it wrong, $799. Damn. $800. So this right here is indicative of the wicked trying to make sure that our people never come to the knowledge of the Bible. Let's open that up. Give me, who's reading? Who's reading?
I was this car.
Okay, all praise to the Most High. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
All praise to the Most High. Get me Psalms. Let's open up with Psalms chapter 83.
Yes, sir.
Because this is important that we touch this. Psalms chapter 83. Now, I'm hoping to be finished by the time Bishop comes on. He comes on around 6 o'clock. I got a lot of articles here, and I wanted to highlight certain parts of it, but I didn't get a chance to. So I'm going to be looking and skimming while I'm reading it when I get to the articles. Psalms chapter 83, verse 2. Let's start with 1.
This is the book of,
seem to skip that, but let's start with 1 real quick. Come on.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God.
This is the prayer that's for the Israelites by our forefather, King David. Go ahead. Right? Is that David or Asaph that's saying that? Asaph, okay, the musician. Read that again.
Keep not thou silence, O God.
Don't keep silent, O Lord. Go ahead.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not your peace, O my Father. Go ahead.
And be not still.
Don't be still, Lord, because we need you to intervene. Go ahead.
O God, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
The reason why I don't want you to be still, says Asaph, is because our enemies are making a tumult. They're having a real heated conspiracy meeting. That's the best way I could describe tumult. They're having a conspiracy meeting. Conspiracy meeting meaning that what is the best way to keep them down? And they're arguing over which ways are more effective. A tumult. They all agree to destroy us, but they're trying to find the best method in destroying us. And they're having a heated argument over what is the best way to destroy the Israelites. A tumult. For lo, thine enemies. Asaph is saying, Lord, please step in. Don't hold your peace. Don't hold your silence, because our enemies are making a tumultuous argument over how to destroy the Israelites. So when Christ said that ye are hated for my name's sake, this is what it means. Go ahead.
And they
Go ahead.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Go ahead.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate you, Lord. They that hate the Most High. So what do they mean by Christians? You're going to find out that Christians ain't got nothing to do with the Bible or the Israelites or Christ at all. That is demonic and satanic. Go ahead.
Have lifted up the head.
They have lifted up their heads against God. To be against God, your name is Satan. That's what the word Satan actually means. When you look up the name, when you look up the definition of Satan, the definition is adversary, one who opposes God. So when you say you hate God, you are of Satan. Read it again.
Verse 2, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee.
And they that hate God
have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up their head against the Most High. Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel. Crafty counsel meaning, again, it's going back to that argument. They're arguing over which methods work better than others. Crafty counsel, because they're already in agreement, but they're arguing over which one of the deviant methods work best. Crafty counsel. Go ahead.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And they have consulted against the hidden ones. We're the hidden ones. Why are we hidden? Because our enemies are trying their best to make sure that we never learn this gospel. Go ahead.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
The nations, our enemies, have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. Go ahead.
And that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So that's the plot. That's the goal. Is to make sure that we never return as the Israelites. Ain't that something? Yeah. So all of these plans and plots is aimed at making sure that we never come out of this stupor that we've been put in. The name of today's class is The Miseducational Conspiracy Against the Oppressed Israelites. Say that again. Today's topic, the miseducational conspiracy against the oppressed Israelites. So, with this evil that is out here to try to keep us suppressed, you're going to find out some of the methods on how they're doing it. That's what I want to talk about in this lesson here. One of the main avenues that they use is history. They lie about history. They don't tell us the history. And the main purpose of this particular history that's coming out now in reference to churches, in reference to schools, educational mediums and so forth, is to continue to keep the Israelites separated. They'll have northern kingdom and southern kingdom separated. They don't want us to come together. Okay? So like I said, last week I was sitting with Bishop as we were going through the class, and when he touched about the expulsion of the Jews in Spain, there were certain words that came up that clicked, and Bishop was talking about it because we didn't air it. It was a class, and I said, "This is deep." Now Bishop already got it, but I'm getting it. You dig what I'm saying? So, give me 2nd Ezra chapter 6. I'm going to start it off. And I'm gonna go through this lesson. So just ride with us as we go through. I got a lot of information here. I want to make sure that I get it out and it all makes sense. Okay, but I want to start off with the prophecy with Second Ezra chapter 6. I'm sorry. Yes, Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 6. That's what I want.
This is the book of Second Ezra, verse 6. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended.
By the Most High shall all of the things that were made be made, and by the Most High only shall all of the things be ended, and by no other, and by none other than the Most High. Read.
Verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times?
Okay, Lord. So now that I understand that you are the author of everything, you built it all and you could take it down. So now my next question is, well, when shall be the parting asunder of the times? Go ahead.
Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
And when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? Go ahead.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
So he's going to give Ezra a clue. He said, well, I want to give you a point of reference to focus on. I want you to focus on Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. When Esau and Jacob were born of him, that's the point of reference. I'm giving you the parting asunder of the times. In other words, pay attention to that dynamic. Read.
Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
Because Esau is the end of the world. So that's what I want you to look for, Ezra. Look for the end of Esau, because at the end of Esau, you know your kingdom is coming in. So we're looking at the signs of Esau. We're looking at what's going on in this society. This on its way out. So as we see that, we know to lift up our heads because our salvation is near. That's for us to know. Alternatively, the wicked is also looking. And as he's monitoring his kingdom by the prosperity in spirit with us, he sees that we're waking up out of the stupor. He sees us waking up out of being put to sleep. He sees us waking up out of the lies. There has been so much work that has been put in to make sure that we never come to the knowledge that we're the Israelites and what's required of us. But all this work is actually shown to be futile because the Israelites are still waking up. Now you got these entertainers that's saying things. We got these athletes that's saying things. Different kinds of people that's just inquiring and asking. All kinds of information is coming out now from various people. So he knows that he has but a short time because he's watching the rise of Israel, the parting asunder. So he knows, like the scriptures say, he's going to come down with great wrath because he knoweth that he has but a short time. Him knowing that he has but a short time is only indicative by watching the progress in you. And as we see the decline of them, we know, just like the Lord is telling Ezra, we know that our time, our world is about to begin. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
So as we go through this lesson, we're going to see some of the tricks and the plots that they used to keep Israel down, so that we will never find out that we're the Israelites. Read. And Jacob is the what? No.
And
what was verse 9? Read
9.
verse 9 again.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
And Jacob is the beginning of the world, the kingdom of heaven, so you can understand, is the beginning of the ruling kingdom. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Jacob is going to be the head of that, meaning Christ. Christ and the Israelites are going to be over that.
That's right.
Okay? And Jacob is the beginning of the world that followeth. So when you hear people talk about the end of the world, it's talking about the end of the society of Esau, and our world is going to begin. That's what it's talking about. So we're in that time now. Now give me the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1. Habakkuk, chapter 1.
Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 1.
Yes, sir.
Verse 1. The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see.
The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. So Habakkuk is basically in the same spirit of Ezra. It's a burden to be in captivity. Read it again.
The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. O Lord, how long shall I cry?
How long shall I cry? How long shall I cry? Go back to Ezra's, second Ezra's. Give me second Ezra 6:54.
Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
Here's another an extension of the discussion that Ezra was having earlier. Go ahead.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Read it again.
Verse 54.
Yes.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Adam was made the Lord of all thy creatures. Go ahead.
Of him come we all.
Of Adam come we all. Go ahead.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
And the people also whom God has chosen also came out of Adam, along with every. So he said that out of Adam's seed came all of the nations, and in addition to that, also the people that thou hast chosen, the Israelites. Read.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
This is the reason why Ezra was complaining earlier. This is the reason why Habakkuk is complaining, because they knew that the earth was made for our sakes. Go ahead.
As for the other people.
And as for the other nations that also came out of Adam.
Which also come of Adam, thou hast said.
Thou, God, you said.
That they are nothing.
You the one that said that they are nothing, God. You said that.
But be like unto spittle.
And you said that these people be like unto spit. Notice something. Ezra is saying this back to the Most High. He said, the Lord, you said that these people are nothing. Where did he say that at? Give me Isaiah 40. Isaiah 40. Isaiah 40.
Verse 15.
Jump up. I don't want to jump that far down. Jump up to verse 13.
Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 13. Who had directed the Spirit of the Lord?
Who have directed the Spirit of the Lord? These are questions. These are qualifying questions. Who has directed the Spirit of the Lord? The answer is nobody, because the Lord is the director. Go ahead.
Or being his counselor had taught him.
Who counseled the Most High? Nobody, because he is counsel. Go ahead.
With whom took he counsel, and who instructed him and taught him in the path of judgment?
Nobody taught the Most High any of these things, because God existed before any of these other things existed. So nobody could tell God anything. Go ahead.
And taught him knowledge.
And who taught God knowledge? Nobody, because God is the author of knowledge.
And showed to him the way of understanding.
And God is the one that created a such thing as understanding. So nobody taught him understanding. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket.
Stop right there. The reason why I wanted to read the verses prior to that is because if you cannot find somebody who directed God's Spirit, counseled him, gave him understanding, that means he cleared the deck. That means nobody can't say anything when he says what he wants to say. You can't jump up and say, oh, you have to love. You have to do this. You have to do that. He said, well, where were you when I was creating everything? So he shut everybody's mouths with them previous statements. Read verse 15 now.
Verse 15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket.
That's the declaration of God. He said, behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket. Now, when he said the nations, he's talking about all the nations outside of Israel. Give me the first verse. Verse 1.
Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 1. Comfort ye my people.
Comfort my people. So those people there ain't included in that drop. That's the Israelites, the ones whom thou hast chosen. That's the reason why I'm reading this. Okay, so the Israelites is the people that he's comforting are the Israelites. So go back to verse 15.
Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket and are counted as a small dust of the balance.
God said that the nations are as a drop of a bucket. You got a bucket of water and one drop fall out. You ain't paying that no attention at all. And then he said that, and then he further said that they are what?
Counted as the small dust of the balance.
Balance means the scales. He said all of the nations are as the small dust of the balance. Big dust don't even weigh anything on the scales. But he said, no, that's too much. Small dust. Read.
Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing.
Behold, God taketh up the islands, the Polynesians, the Hawaiians, these people. He counted them as a very little thing. Go ahead.
And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn.
Lebanon is talking about the Arabs. He said, and Lebanon is not sufficient to burn. If Lebanon decided to burn up all of the meat as a sacrifice to God, for God to accept them as his people, he said, all of the beasts that you can burn up in a sacrifice is not sufficient for me to make you my people. Go ahead.
And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beast thereof of sufficient for a burnt offering.
Neither the beasts thereof are good enough for a burnt offering. That's crystal clear. So these people are not the people of the Most High. It's only the Israelites that are his people. Read.
All nations before him are as nothing.
All nations before the Most High are as nothing. Go ahead.
And they are counted to him less than nothing.
And the nations are counted to God less than nothing. Less than nothing is bowel movement, so you can understand. That's what he's talking about. D-U-N-G. They're less than nothing. Human excrements. That's what he's saying about the other nations.
And vanity.
And their vanity are worth nothing. So now you understand what Ezra was talking about over here. Let's go back to where we was at.
2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 54. And after these Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Meaning Adam and the Israelites. Go ahead.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
He's getting that understanding from what we just read. Go ahead.
As for the other people.
As for the other people.
Which also come of Adam.
Go ahead.
Thou hast said.
Thou have said. That thou, he's making reference to Isaiah. That's why he's using the word thou there. He said, I read it in Isaiah that you said that the nations are less than nothing.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
Thou, God, you said that the nations are nothing. Read.
But be like unto spittle.
But you said that the nations are as spit.
And has likened the abundance of them.
And you have collected them all together. And you have equated the abundance of all of them.
Unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Didn't we just read that earlier? The nations are as a drop of a bucket. The same thing. It's letting you know that he's quoting Isaiah. So what are they talking about? The apocryphal books is not part of the Bible. All of that trickery is to keep us from waking up. Read.
Verse 57. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing.
Behold, O Lord, he said, behold, these heathens, these nothings, which have ever been reputed, being in reputation as nothing. Go ahead.
Have begun to be lords over us.
Have begun to be lords over us. How worse can life get? When you got people that are declared by God to be nothing and they're ruling over the princes of God. Give me Ecclesiastes 10.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun.
So the prophet Solomon said there is an evil that I've seen. Go ahead.
Under the sun.
Under the sun on this earth. Go ahead.
As an error which proceeded from the ruler.
And he sees that this is an error from the rulers, meaning that the people that are ruling are crazy as hell. They're not supposed to be ruling. That's what he's saying. It takes a fool to pollute the only water you can drink, so you can understand. to pollute the only air that you can breathe. It takes a fool to do that. Go ahead.
Folly is set in great dignity.
Foolishness is set up as something of wisdom. Folly is set in great dignity. Go ahead.
And the rich sit in low place.
And the rich is you Israelites. And the rich sit in low place. That's why Christ said that you in the New Testament, he says, but thou art rich, because you're the Israelites. And the rich sit in low place.
I have seen servants upon horses.
Solomon says, I have also seen servants on horses. And servants, what in the world? That's the real nigger on the nag, so you can understand. I have seen servants on horses. Go ahead.
And princes.
And princes. You're the prince of the power. That's what the name Israel means. Princes.
Walking as servants upon the earth.
We're walking like we are servants on the earth. And you're not servants. You're the powers of the Most High. You are the gods that the Most High created. He said, but I've seen servants on horses and the princes of God walking as the servants on the earth. You got a fool on a horse and you got the prince walking like servants on the ground. Solomon said he saw that thing and he called that evil. Y'all all right? Let's go back to where we was at. Ezra's, where we was reading.
6 and 57.
Yes.
And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
And that's what they're doing. They're over us and they've devoured us because we broke God's laws. So this ain't going to last forever. The prophecies will come to pass. But I'm just going through some of the elements of where we at. Go ahead.
Verse 58. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, thy fervent lover, are given into their hands.
The Most High said that in the book of Exodus 4:22. He said, go tell the Egyptian king to let my people go, because Israel is my firstborn. And if you don't allow my firstborn to go, I will kill your firstborn. That's Exodus 4:22. That's what I'm quoting. Read that again.
Verse 58. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands.
And we are given into the hands of servants, basically. So that's very vexing to the prophets. That's vexing to Ezra. That's vexing to Solomon. That's vexing to Habakkuk. That's vexing to the apostles, which asked Christ, when shall these things be? They all wanted to know, when are we going to get our kingdom? Art thou at this time come to restore the kingdom to Israel? We always wanted to get from underneath these bums from being over us. Read.
Verse 59. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world?
Why don't we not possess an inheritance with the world? Because Ezra was not a wicked man, but all of Israel had to go into captivity. Read.
How long shall this endure?
That's the question. How long do we have to put up with this? How long do we have to deal with this? And we're learning to repent. And the Most High is bringing that judgment down. So we see that our deliverance is right around the corner. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Let's go back to Habakkuk now.
Yes, sir.
Y'all want to say something? Y'all look like y'all was. All right.
Habakkuk 1:1.
Yes.
The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. O Lord, how long shall I cry?
How long shall this endure? That's what we just got through reading. How long shall this endure? How long shall I cry?
And thou wilt not hear.
Go ahead.
Even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save.
Lord, please step in now. See, in the book of Thessalonians, it said that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, meaning that the nation had to go completely down. Back then, Habakkuk knew he was Israel. Ezra knew he was Israel. The disciples that asked, when is the kingdom going to be ours again? They knew they were the Israelites. But Psalms 83 hadn't fully set in yet to where we got totally destroyed down to nothing, where we don't even remember who we are. That's what Thessalonians was talking about. That day shall not come except there come a falling away first. And at that time, that man of sin also has to be revealed. So God has his timetable. This is the reason why we weren't getting answers back then, because the devil wasn't fully manifested yet. They might have known who he was. Paul and them knew that he was the wicked. They knew that. But he hadn't done his wicked deeds yet. He still had time to get it all out. Now he's at the end of his deal. That's the reason why the Most High said in other scriptures, he said, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. That's the reason why he said their sins have reached up unto the heavens, meaning I had enough. Now they have fulfilled their mission as being demons. Now it's time for me to smash them now. We're in that time now. Y'all all right? Read.
Verse 3. Why dost thou show me iniquity and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention.
And there are that raise up strife and contention. Go ahead.
Therefore the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth.
There is an evil that proceeded from the rulers, because they're not about the justice of the Bible at all. Now they're trying to mess with the Bible. It's giving you this NIV garbage and got Negro preachers trying to back that garbage up. Come on.
For the wicked doth compass about the righteous.
For the wicked seems to have no bands in their death, like it says in another part of the scriptures. They go on with comfort and do ease at will, do evil at will. Read that again.
For the wicked doth compass about the righteous.
Go ahead.
Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth.
Therefore wrong judgment continues to proceed. Not guilty, not guilty. Breonna Taylor, not guilty. George Floyd, not guilty. I'm just throwing these different things out there because there's hundreds of cases that they don't judge properly on. Read.
Behold, ye are among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you. For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land, to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs.
Read 5 and 6 again.
Behold, ye are among the heathen.
Behold, ye that are among the heathen.
And regard and wonder marvelously.
Pay attention to what I'm about to say. Go ahead.
For I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe.
That is a heavy statement there. He's going to work a work in the days of these kings. Part of that work is he's going to raise the tribes of Israel up right in their midst. He says, I will set the nation of Israel up in their, how to say? I will set them in order before their eyes. That's part of the marvelous work. The other part of the marvelous work is that he's going to cause these people to create missile warfare to bring on the destruction. The other part of the marvelous work is that he's going to send the chariots to deliver us when all of this thing go down. So that's a beautiful galactic deliverance. And it shall no more be said, that was the Lord that delivered the children of Israel out of Egypt, because this particular thing is going to be so great and spectacular, it's going to make that look like child's play.
Yes, sir.
Read.
Though it be told you, verse 6, for lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land, to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs.
Meaning they stole everything. Go ahead.
They are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves.
Because that's how they are. Wherever they go, their reputation follows them. The dread of them is upon all of the nations. And when they come in, they just conquer and take over. They're terrible. Go ahead.
Their horses also are swifter than the leopards, and are more fierce than the evening wolves. And their horsemen shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from far. They shall fly as the eagle that hasteth to eat.
That's how fast these people was going to come. When you read about Alexander in the book of of Daniel, it said that he moved against the king of Persia with choler, meaning with extreme hate and viciousness. He didn't slow down at all. He came and slaughtered them in extreme hate. Because that's how these people get down.
They shall come all for violence.
They shall come all for violence. That's how they take lands, with violence.
Their faces shall sup up as the east wind.
Their faces shall sup up as the east wind. Go ahead.
And they shall gather the captivity as the sand.
What verse are you in?
Verse 9, sir.
Read.
Verse 10. And they shall scoff at the kings, and the princes shall be a scorn unto them.
When they come into people's land, they just knock the king off his throne like he ain't nobody. Scoff at him. Go ahead.
They shall.
You go inside somebody else's land and tell them where they can't and can fly their own planes and sell their own boats. You telling them, listen, you can't build weapons in your own land. We have to inspect your weapons. There's no way in the world you can be building them because we're not giving you the authority to do that. Wow.
They shall deride every stronghold, for they shall heap dust and take it.
They shall heap dust and take it. Dust means confusion. They've confused the people with Christianity. They've confused the people with democracy and foreign policy and all that. That's what they do. Create confusion. That's what the dust represents. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Then shall his mind change.
Then after he's created an atmosphere of confusion and Christianity and all kinds of policies that have you all drunk where you don't know right from wrong, you don't even realize that the people that's in your land, you talking about some having a vote. Here the man comes inside your land, take your land from you and tell you to vote to get it back. And you think that you're in some kind of democracy. Read that again.
Verse 11. Then shall his mind change.
Then shall his mind change. I'm going to explain what that means. Go ahead.
And he shall pass over and offend, imputing this his power onto his God.
So when it says his mind shall change, meaning he's going to pretend to be Christian now. We're going to be democracy. You're not going to look at him as the vicious beast that he was when he came and robbed you and took everything. He's going to come in and start talking about, let's have a peace talk. Let's have democracy. Let's give you Christianity. Let me lead you to Christ. And you're looking at him like he's a saint. And you begin to love him. Because you don't see him as the virulent beast that killed your fathers. You don't see him as that no more. You're looking at him, oh, he's not like his ancestors. Oh, he's different. Then shall his mind change, meaning he changed the people's mind. He brainwashed them. Go ahead.
Verse 12. Art thou not from everlasting, O Lord my God, my Holy One?
Go ahead.
We shall not die, O Lord. Thou hast ordained them for judgment.
Thou hast ordained them for judgment. Go ahead.
And Almighty God, thou hast established them for correction.
The Most High this is the statement about what the Most High actually created these people for. He said, thou hast made them to be corrected, meaning with destruction. In other words, that curse that the Most High put on them, that curse that they will be the vessels of God's wrath. He created them for destruction. That's why Romans says what it says. Romans 9:22, I think it is. And it says that Esau, get that real quick so you can understand what Habakkuk is saying. So Habakkuk is understanding this as we go into chapter 2.
Romans chapter 9 and verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
What if God, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known,
he wants to make his power known,
endureth with much long suffering.
And God endured with much long suffering because he should have been destroyed, this man, the way we looking at it. But he sat back and allowed this man to continue to move like he's got the power. And he endured watching the Israelites get treated like servants, like they're servants on the ground, and watching this beast sit on a horse, run around talking about he's the actual rulers of this planet. And God is looking at his gods operating as servants. And he's sitting there watching this. So that's him enduring with much long suffering. He endured the fact that they took his son and made him look like the cursed thing. God endured that. Read that again.
What if God, willing to show his...
So what if I want to show my wrath, God is saying? What if I want to show what I want to be about? Go ahead.
Show his wrath and to make his power known.
And he wants to make his power known.
Endured with much long suffering.
And while he was holding it back, he endured with much long suffering. What did he endure?
The vessels of wrath fitted to destruction.
Meaning they were made to be destroyed. That's the reason why in their own dictionaries they said that Edom is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from God. Okay? And they said that Esau shall be on the scene of great future judgments. So that's coming up. They know that judgment is coming. And that's what Habakkuk is saying. He said that he said that, O Lord, thou hast ordained them for judgment. And Almighty, thou hast established them for correction. That's what that's talking about. It's talking about them. Read.
Verse 13, Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 13.
Yes, sir.
Thou art a pure eyes then to behold evil, and canst not look on iniquity. Wherefore lookest thou upon them that deal treacherously, and holdest thy tongue when the wicked devour the man that is more righteous than he?
So the Lord he remained silent because we was getting what we were supposed to get because we broke the commandments of the Lord. Now give me the second chapter. Just read on. Chapter 2, verse 1.
Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 1. I will stand upon my watch. And
now, so Habakkuk said, listen, with all this information that I know, I can't take it no more. I need to get some answers.
And set me upon the tower.
So Habakkuk said, listen, I will stand upon my watch. Get on that tower that used to watch to make you use a watchman watching over the city. And your job being on that tower was to look out for the enemy that's approaching to take out the camp. That's what the tower was. So Habakkuk went up there. Instead of looking out there, he's going to talk to the Most High. I need to have some words with the Lord. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Read.
And I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Because he knows that the Lord is going to reprove him. That's the point there. He knows that he's going to get checked. You don't come up here and deal with me like this, Habakkuk. I know you're mad, but mind your tongue, boy. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables. And
so the Lord told Habakkuk, he said, listen, I'm going to give you a little bit of something, just like I gave Ezra something, just like I gave the apostles something, like Christ told the disciples. They said, when shall these things be? And he began to tell them what signs to look for in the end of the world. So that we was always given a little bit of information to cool us down a little bit. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Read.
That he may run that readeth it.
Read that verse again.
Verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision.
So listen, Habakkuk, I want you to write the vision.
And make it plain.
Since you want to know, I'm going to have you to write it. Go ahead.
And make it plain upon tables.
And make it easy to understand by the prophets. That's where we come in at. They've been having this in church, and they've been trying to break this Bible down for the longest. They run to their deep preachers. Some of them know a little bit about this, and they say, well, we got to make sure that they don't teach this. Y'all dig it? Yes, make it plain upon the tables. Here's another example of making it plain upon the tables. In the book of Maccabees, give me that. Maccabees 1. I'm going to give you another example of crafty counsel. And this NIV garbage and these Negro preachers trying to back up some NIV garbage, the New International Version of the Bible. There's nothing biblical about that at all. 1 and 9.
First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 9. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
This is that the verse I want? What's in verse 7?
Verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years.
This is Alexander the Greek, or the Great that they call him in school. And Alexander he ruled for 12 years. This is the same Alexander that people are subjected to when they go to school. Alexander the Great, that they call him.
And
This is that Alexander that we read about here. Read.
And then died, and his servants bear rule over everyone in his place.
His servants are those 4 generals that he had set up.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves and ruled in their provinces.
So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth.
So the Lord is telling you right there in the scriptures that evils were multiplied in the earth. Now, they can't have that in the school system, and they're telling you that civilization began with the Greeks. The Bible is telling you that when these people started ruling, evils were multiplied. So as they're studying and they're reading this, like we was reading in Habakkuk, what was that verse again that we was reading?
Verse 2.
Yes.
And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables.
Make it plain upon the tables. The tables is the Bible. So the so-called white man, he got scholars that's going in and looking. And they're reading about Daniels, and they're reading in the Maccabees, and they're reading in Ezra, they're reading this. And they said, this is talking about us. That's the reason why they could put in their dictionaries. They said, listen, this is talking about us. And we ain't going to get no mercy at the end of our kingdom. They know this. So what do? They have these books, and they keep them among themselves, pass it backwards and forwards among themselves for them to know what not to teach you. Read that Habakkuk again.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables.
So plain upon the tables is the Bible. So they figure that they're going to be the only one that's going to understand certain things. But the perplexity is coming when the Israelites is coming up and figuring all this information out beyond their comprehension. They said, wait a minute, God is definitely moving with them Israelites. We got to find a way to stop them. Hence the miseducational conspiracy against the oppressed Israelites. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Read.
That he may run that readeth it.
That he may run that readeth it. Because they trying to figure a way to stop this. Go ahead.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
For the vision, listen, Habakkuk, although you're getting excited about this vision, because I'm showing you these things in your mind. So he's seeing this. The Lord didn't tell Habakkuk to write down Shazam. He said, write the vision. So if he's writing the vision, that means he's seeing it. So he's writing it down. Go ahead, read that again.
Verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
But at the end it shall speak.
But at the end time now, the vision shall speak. The tables shall speak. The Bible shall speak. That's what's going to consume this man when you read that Thessalonians. That he will destroy them with I just said that he will consume them with the spirit of his mouth and will destroy him, talking about the man of perdition, the man of sin, Esau, with the brightness of his coming, the bombs and the saucers and all that power that Christ is coming back with. Go ahead.
And not lie.
And it won't, and the Bible will not lie. Go ahead.
Though it tarry,
Habakkuk, though it tarry, Ezra, though it tarry, apostles and disciples,
wait for it.
Wait for it. So that's a message to us. Wait for it because we know it's coming. Because we see the signs. The Most High gave us the signs. Go ahead.
Because it will surely come.
Because it will surely come. It will surely come. Read.
It will not tarry.
It will not tarry. Go ahead.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
The Lord said his soul that is lifted up. Remember in the beginning, it said that he has lifted up his head against the Most High. Yes, and Esau is the leader of all the nations that came against us. But here in Habakkuk, he's specifically talking about Esau. He said, for his soul which is in him is not upright, meaning he's the devil. He's the Satan. He is the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
That's him, neither keepeth at home. When he leaves, he don't even have any home at all. Everywhere he is gone, he took it from the natives. Caucasus Mountains don't even belong to him. The area that actually belongs to him is Mount Seir in Edom. Huh? And he said, right, and he had to go there to get that. So wherever he is on the planet Earth, he's not a native anywhere. That's a hell of a nature, ain't it? So everywhere you've gone, you went, just like that blessing that his father gave him. He said, and through with thy sword shalt thou take the fatness of the earth. That's how he got it all. And when he took it, he heaped dust of confusion on you and made you love him for taking your land. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Speed it up. Speed it a little faster.
All right, verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
You hear what the Most High is saying? This man cannot be satisfied, and he enlarges his greediness as hell, and he is as death, and he cannot be satisfied. That sounds like Obadiah. Wouldn't a thief leave some grapes?
Yeah.
But this man cannot be satisfied at all because his soul is about not being satisfied. His soul is about it being an insatiable appetite to take people's gold, to take their diamonds, to take their rubies, to take their mineral resources, and to continue taking it. You ain't never going to get this man to lay back and share that with you. That is not in his nature. A snake's nature is to bite you, and that's what he's going to do. You're trying to charm the snake. The snake don't know nothing about charming. What does snake tell that woman? Bitch, you know I was a snake after he bit her. That's what he said. That's what he said. Don't get mad at me. That's what he said. Read.
But gathered unto him all nations, and heaped unto him a people, all people.
Come on.
Verse
That's
6.
what he did in America. Talking about a melting pot.
Shall not
all of the people in this pot is melting, boiling.
Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him?
Shall not all these nations take up a parable against this wicked man? And a taunting proverb? What is all that talking about? They're going to all start calling him the devil. They're going to realize that. They're going to realize that he's the Satan of the earth.
And say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
Woe, destruction is to be brought to him that increaseth that which do not belong to him. No part of the earth belongs to him. That's the reason why Isaiah said he shall be as a chased roe, and he's going to be as a deer that no man taketh up. That's going to be a hell of a time. Read.
How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Thick clay, talking about the people that look like him. Red. That's the reason why thick clay is talking about red. His own people. That's the only people that he get along with. But everybody else, ain't no such thing as no rainbow coalition when it comes to him. He said, I'll give you rainbow coalition as long as I'm leading it. Go ahead.
Verse
a coalition of slaves under him, the so-called white master. That's his definition of a coalition. Read.
Verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them?
Go ahead.
Verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
So when it said in 7, it said, and suddenly they shall rise up and bite thee. That's what terrorism going to come in at. Okay. And it says, and in the 8th verse, what did it say? Because thou hast spoiled many nations.
All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood.
Because of men's blood, when you went to their lands and stole and robbed them. Why do you think everybody trying to get over to this country? Because their minerals and wealth was stolen. And has been brought over here, sent to the diamond district, the garment district, the this, the that. And they're making all kinds of billions of dollars off of these people's resources. And the people are sitting on diamonds, sitting on gold and all kinds of material, sitting on the ground with nothing. They said, wait a minute, let's go to America. Let's try to get some of our money back. And they come over here and have to go through all kinds of stringent rules to quote unquote become a citizen, just so they can work minimum wage. Because that's how destroy the rich people, the economies in their lands where they got all of these resources and they can't even manufacture it, can't do nothing with it at all. Fruits and bananas, none of that. Even foods, coffee, none of that. The people, the natives in their lands have no control over that stuff at all. And they're supposed to be rich. But they have to come over here because this thief took it. Read.
Verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein.
Read.
Woe to him that covereth an evil covetousness, to his house, that he may set his nest on high.
That's the so-called white man. Go ahead.
That he may be delivered from the power of evil.
He done built up his space program and think he's going to be on a nest so he could be delivered from the power of evil. That's the reason why he's out there out and out of space. What do you think he's out there for? He think he's going to escape the judgment. No. Go ahead.
Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. 12.
That's the Most High is getting ready to bring some real work in this land. Go ahead.
Verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
That's how they built up America.
And
brought us over here in slavery, murdered Gad, murdered the Native American Indians, went throughout the islands, Santo Domingo, Puerto Rico, South America, Panama, and destroyed the people. Go ahead.
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and established a city by iniquity.
And established a city by iniquity. This whole system is built on iniquity. How in the world are you going to tell people to come to church, and the church is sitting on the bones of the Native American Indians that fought and died to try to keep this? But you're going to tell me, you're going to heap dust in my face of confusion to confuse me, to make me think that I'm actually coming to learn about Jesus. That makes no sense at all. People are so psyched out with dust of confusion in their mind, they don't even think about what methods do you think it took to remove those that tried to stand on the land that they own. What do you think it took? Where are the? You don't even see the descendants, hardly. Where are the children complaining at? You don't hear none of that. That's how well he did it. But God didn't forget. But we forgot, some of us. Isaiah 42:13.
This
I
is
don't
a
want to
book.
do no part two. I got to move a little faster. I got a lot of stuff here. I ain't even get to my information yet.
Isaiah chapter 42 verse 13. The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man.
So when the prophecies that Habakkuk was talking about, when the prophecies of Ezra was talking about, the disciples, the apostles, when them prophecies come to pass, that the Most High is free from his prophecies, where he could step in and actually bring the judgment, that's what we're reading about here. Read it again.
The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war.
The Lord shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. Read.
He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies.
He shall prevail against his enemies. All the enemies that came against Israel, the Lord is going to prevail against them. Go ahead.
I have long time holden my peace.
I have long time been silent, like we was reading earlier.
I have
The
been,
Lord, what did Asaph say in the Psalms? Be not still, O Lord. This time he ain't gonna be still here. He said, I have long time holding my peace. Go ahead.
I have been still.
I have been still. I have watched you destroy my people.
And refrained myself.
And I refrained myself. When he said he refrained himself, meaning he had to hold himself back. Didn't nobody refrain me. That's what the Lord is saying. Nobody refrained me. I refrained myself. Why is he saying that? Because God can't break his own word. He said, my word said that this man had to do his business, but I want to step in and kill him. But if I do that, I will mess my prophecies up. I have to let my prophecies roll out. Though it tarry, wait for it, because I'm following my word.
Now,
ain't that something?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Now will I cry like
that now, meaning I'm free from that. Now will I cry. I'm not bound anymore. Now will I cry. Go ahead.
Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once.
I will execute my wrath upon the vessels of wrath at once. I will destroy and devour at once. So that's where we're coming. That's where we're coming. Now, I'm going to get to the awakening. Give me the book of Malachi. Malachi chapter 4. Now, that's the program that the Most High is dealing with. Now we're going to talk about the awakening of Israel.
Start at 1?
Yes.
Malachi
Let's
chapter
read a little faster too.
Yes, sir. Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
That's in the prophecy. The Most High going to have it, going to feel like an oven on this planet Earth. That's nuclear heat, so you can understand.
And all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
They shall be burnt up by those nuclear weapons. Go ahead.
And the day that cometh shall burn them up, said the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of
unto
Righteousness.
You that fear my name, the Son of Righteousness, go ahead,
arise with healing in his wings.
Because that's us. That's we're gonna get the healing as all of this stuff go down. Go ahead.
And you should go forth and grow up as calves of the stall.
We're gonna be lifted up. The Most High gonna build us up while we're going through this.
And you shall tread down the wicked.
And the Most High gonna give us the power to tread down the wicked. This is the plan that the Most High is bringing after he dropped that bomb. Y'all all right? That's what the first verse is talking about. Read.
For they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet.
The ashes meaning because the bombs is gonna do that.
In the days that I shall do this, said the Lord of hosts, remember ye the law of Moses, my servant.
So the Most High said, now that I gave you that information about what I'm going to do, now I want to bring you back to what I need you to do now. While this prophecy is set to go, I need you to remember the law of Moses. Go ahead.
Which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel with the statutes and judgments.
Read.
Behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
Elijah, the prophet Elijah, was in the Old Testament. But he said that Elijah is going to come again and restore this information. Remember ye the law of Moses. Read that again.
Verse 5, behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
Before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. The great and dreadful day of the Lord is in verse 1. Behold, the day that cometh that shall burn as an oven. He has to send the prophet. He has to send the information to wake us up before the bombs come.
And He shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children.
And he shall turn the heart of the fathers. The heart of the fathers is the Bible, the book of our fathers. This is their heart. And he shall turn this to what?
And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children.
He's going to turn the mind of our fathers to the Israelites, the children that are lost, the ones who have been hidden, the ones whose names have been taken away from them, the ones that don't know that the name of Israel has been deleted from their minds. He's going to bring that information back to them. That's what's happening now, literally. You're being brought back. Go ahead.
And the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse.
I have to do this before I bring the destruction. That's what he's saying here. Lest I come and smite the earth with destruction. I have to wake my people up first. Matthew chapter 17, verse 10.
Matthew chapter 17, verse 10. And his disciples asked him, saying, why then said the scribes that Elias must first come?
Elias is the Greek way of saying Elijah. He said, why then say the scribes, meaning what we just read. The scribes is talking about the Old Testament. Why then say the scribes what?
And his disciples asked him, saying, why then said the scribes that Elias must first come?
Why does the scribe say that Elijah, I'm just saying it that way so you can understand it's the same person. that Elijah should come. Go ahead.
And Jesus answered and said unto them, Elias truly shall first come.
He said, listen, Elijah shall truly first come. They looking at, what do you mean? Could they actually think about the actual body of Elijah? Go ahead.
And restore all things.
And he shall restore all things, meaning fill that hole in your head with this Bible. That's what he's saying. Bring the mind of the fathers back to the children.
But I say unto you that Elias is come already, and they knew him not, but have done unto him.
Read that again. But he said what?
But I say unto you that Elias is come already.
But Elijah already came among you. Go ahead.
And they knew him not.
But they didn't realize that was Elijah.
But have done unto him whatsoever they listed.
Just like they deal with us. They don't think that we're the prophets of the Most High. Go ahead.
Likewise.
And they recognize how they dealt with John the Baptist. Because that's what he's talking about.
Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them.
Read that verse again. There was something else I want to say.
Verse 12. But I say unto you that Elias is come already, and they knew him not, but have done unto him whatsoever they listed.
So when John the Baptist came up, he was that voice crying in the wilderness. They recognized who this man was as Christ was telling them. Because what was John the Baptist doing? He was restoring, he was preparing the way to the Israelites, preparing the people for the coming of Christ. And the people were in the river Jordan confessing their sins because John the Baptist was teaching them the law of Moses. How in the world are you going to confess your sins without the law? The law had to come up when John the Baptist was teaching the law. They said, wait a minute, I'm guilty of that. I'm in the error of that. Then they realized, you know what? These laws I'm breaking, and they repented. So I don't know what they're doing in the churches. They ain't repenting at all because no laws are coming out. John the Baptist was giving the people the law, and they were convicted in their spirits, and they confessed their sins. That's what this is talking about. They recognized that this was Elijah that was bringing them back to the spirit.
Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them.
You see that? What verse was that?
Verse 12.
Okay, all praise to the Most High. Read on.
Verse 13.
Read verse 12 again.
Verse 12. But I say unto you that Elias is come already, and they knew him not, but have done unto him whatsoever they listed. Likewise shall also.
They didn't take him serious. They didn't deal with him the way he was supposed to be dealt with.
Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them. Then the disciples understood.
The same way they're dealing with, Christ is over us. But the way they dealt with Christ, Christ said, you're going to drink the same cup too. They dealt with Christ that way, and the same way they're going to deal with us. Go ahead.
Then the disciples understood.
Then at that time, after Christ gave them all that understanding,
that he spake unto them of John the Baptist.
They knew that Elijah was John the Baptist. They figured that out. You'll see that?
Yes, sir.
Heavy, right? Now, further awakening. The book of St. John chapter 6. Verse 63.
John chapter 6, verse 63.
This is part of the awakening as well. Come on.
It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing.
The spirit of the Most High is the laws of the Most High through Christ. That's quickened us. That's gave us life. Without the laws and the commandments of God, you're dead. With the commandments of the laws and the commandments, you live. Go ahead.
The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
Go ahead.
But there are some of you that believe not.
There's a lot of our people going to fall in this category. But there are some of our people that believe not. Go ahead.
For Jesus knew from the beginning whom they were that believed not, and who should betray him.
You're going to have people that's going to be among us that's going to betray this gospel. Go ahead.
And he said, therefore said I unto you, that no man can come unto me, except it were given unto him of my Father.
I mean, the Most High have to put the spirit of you being the elect for you to continue in this gospel. Read.
From that time, many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him.
Wow. Some people came into this information, came into this knowledge, learned about all this truth, and went right back to their old vomit. Scary, ain't it? Read.
Verse 67. Then said Jesus unto the 12, will ye also go away? Then Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go?
These are the brothers that knew that Christ was the Christ. Go ahead.
Thou hast the words of eternal life.
He said, where in the hell are we going? We know that this is it.
And we believe and are sure that thou art that Christ.
And we believe and are what?
Are sure that
we are sure
that thou art that Christ.
That we know that you are the Christ. So where else are we going to go when we know that you have the gift of eternal life? Where are we going?
The Son of the living God. Jesus answered them.
That was it. 69.
Yes,
that was what I wanted right there, right? You finished that?
Yes, sir.
69?
Yes, sir.
So now, we know about, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Because I'm about to get into it a little bit. Go to Revelation chapter 7. Revelation chapter 7.
Verse 1?
Yes.
Revelation chapter 7 and verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing.
So we read about the chosen saints, the ones that are sure. Go ahead.
Standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth.
These are the angels of the Most High that is holding back the 4 major kingdoms that's going to be involved in the destruction that's going to bring on our kingdom. Read.
That the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor any tree.
The wind that it's talking about is the wind of destruction. Regular wind blow every day. So they ain't talking about that. It's talking about destruction. Read.
And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice.
The seal of the living God is the commandments when you read Isaiah 8:16. Go ahead. Cried with a loud voice.
And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth.
What was given to these angels? Instructions to hurt the earth. That's the wind that they're going to bring. Go ahead.
To whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
So what is holding back the destruction? Who knows? What's holding back the destruction? Don't move the cameras because I know we got enemies that be trying to jack people up when they see them on camera.
Shalom, leadership, Brother Michael.
Shalom.
Once the commandments get sealed in our heads, then the Lord will let the
What was the question that I asked again? I said what?
What's holding
us up, right? What's holding the destruction from coming? Say it again. I didn't mean to throw you off. I just wanted to refresh the question.
Once the commandments, 144,000, once it's sealed in our heads, that's when it's going to happen.
Right. Well, so when the 144,000 repent, because once the 144,000 man repent, the rest of the 1/3, which is men, women, and children, that's not part of the 1/3, they also going to be repentant. Because once that last, so you can understand how this goes. Once that last 144,000th brother repents, that means the rest of the 1/3 is already sealed up. You dig it?
Yes, sir.
That's what the 9th verse is talking about. I'm going to show you that. So you got it?
Yes, sir.
So what would our enemies do? Okay, you could give it back. What would our enemies be doing? They would be trying to prevent this by keeping you from learning, by giving you misinformation, giving you lies to throw you off so that you never come together and keep God's commandments, because every second that passed by, another Israelite is waking up. And as another Israelite is waking up, that is bringing the doors of doom on our enemies. So he's watching you. He's watching us. And he says, the more of them that continue to wake up, the sand in the hourglass is constantly running out. So we have to consult in every way and give misinformation to keep the Israelites down, to keep them separated. Y'all all right? So read on.
We're at verse 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
So when you read from that verse down to 9, you read about 12,000 out of each tribe. So that's your 144,000 man there. Now read the 9th verse. This is the 1/3 I was talking about.
Verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands.
Meaning that they repented as well. Now they're coming out of all nations, out of all tongues and kindreds. Why? Because the sanctuaries are in all of these places, and the people are going to repent in the lands where they are. That's the reason why we're everywhere. And the Most High said that he says, and this gospel shall be, what? Give me that, Matthew 24, and I think it's 13 or 14. Matthew 24, this is the reason why it's written like that.
Verse 14, and this, Matthew chapter 24, verse 14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world.
That's what it's talking about there. In all the world, meaning in all of the sanctuaries.
For a witness unto all nations.
For a witness unto all nations, because the Israelites are scattered everywhere. Go ahead.
And then shall the end come.
And then shall the end come, because that's how the tribes are going to get sealed up. That's how the 144,000 and the 1/3 going to get sealed up. So we're on the right track, brothers. We're on the right track, brothers and sisters, that's following online. So as this gospel continues to go out, that's the importance of the Booster Club and all of that, is to make sure that this gospel get there so that we can get out of here. Because once that last brother is sealed up, that means all of the tribes is ready to go home. That means the brothers and the sisters and the children that have repented along with them, we're ready to get out of here. And the Most High said, that's when I'm no longer going to hold my peace. I will destroy and devour at once, because my elect has repented. The 1/3 has repented. I have no reason to keep them in captivity anymore, because it is finished. Ain't that something? So that's some beautiful stuff, right? So now, the miseducation. The miseducation. Give me Revelation 12:15. The lies, miseducation, and persecution.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
The flood that he's putting out now is NIV versions of the Bible. T.D. Jakes is part of that flood, so you can understand. Creflo Dollar, these Negro preachers that's whose red phone has been rung. The white man called him. Esau called him. He said, don't you see that these Israelites are waking up? Where's my hired Negroes? Get up there and put them back to sleep. Put them back to sleep in Christianity. Tell them that Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, is talking about some so-called white people as Jews. Put that out there, because Captain Soraya said it yesterday, and he made a lot of sense, because I didn't think about it that way. T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, these are like the pinnacle Negro preachers. And the smaller preachers look up to these dudes. So when the kingpin of dope sells the dope, the little dope dealing preachers carry the drugs into the community. How about that? That's what they do. Did I go over your heads? I know y'all got what I'm saying, right? T.D. Jakes is the kingpin with the lies. And he know that the little tributary preachers are going to feed at their trough, eating the garbage that he teaches them. And they're going to take that same garbage and give it to the little mom and pop churches everywhere else under them. That's what that red phone in T.D. Jakes' office is all about. And that red phone that's in Creflo Dollar's church is all about. Because he sees the prophecies coming to pass. So I need you to tell lies. I need you to bring that flood, because they're waking up too fast. Y'all all right?
We're at 16.
Yes, read.
Verse 16, and the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon cast out of his mouth.
The dragon is the so-called white man. He's speaking through these black preachers, so you can understand. When they open their mouths up and teach, just because you're looking at a chocolate face, that's the devil that's behind them teaching. How in the world are you going to be talking about, here you are in the same nation as the people of the most destroyed people on the planet, and you're going to attribute the worst atrocities that the Bible is talking about, and you're going to give it to somebody else, as if you are absolved from the destruction. As if you are absolved from the absolute worst punishment to happen to any people on this earth, you're going to talk as if you're absolved of that. And you're going to talk about the 6 million Jews for a few years. And you're going to leave out the fact that black people, Hispanic people, I'm just using these names, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Manessa, the Panamanians, these people went through absolute terrible horror, and you've overlooked that. That is some serious sickness. But the Most High said that what? Read that 16th verse again.
Verse 16. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon cast out of his mouth.
The prophets teaching, like the book of Psalms 85 and 11 talks about, truth shall spring out of the earth. And that's us teaching this Bible on these corners, teaching these Bibles on these radio programs and so forth, teaching when we go overseas and all that. The earth, meaning the Israelites bringing the truth up out of the earth in those camps, in the camps, flying missions, all of that's part of it. And it's swallowing up the lies because we're coming out of the Bible. The Bible is swallowing it up. Read.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
And the dragon was mad at the woman. The woman is the nation of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, the woman with 12 stars, meaning the 12 tribes of Israel. When you read the beginning of this chapter here, read.
And went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God.
Who did they go to make war with?
Which keep the commandments of God.
Because the commandments of God is what's bringing on the wrath of God upon our enemies. So they said we got to get rid of the commandments. That's why this NIV madness came out. That's the reason why now they got a gay Bible now. All that madness, trying to disrupt the prophecies of the Bible. Read.
And have the testimony of Jesus Christ.
So these are the ones that the dragon is going to be angry with. Those that keep the commandments in Christ. Give me Luke chapter 21. Luke chapter 21, verse 20 to 24. Now I'm getting ready to get some of my pictures in.
This is the book of Luke chapter 21, verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is not. Verse 21, then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains.
Flee to the mountains in the deeper interiors of Africa.
And let them
because Jerusalem is already in what is known as Africa. That whole garbage about the Middle East don't exist in the Most High's truth. Go ahead.
And let them which are in the midst of it depart out.
And the fact that it's called the land of Canaan should tell you that right there. Canaan was one of the sons of Ham. Read that again.
Verse 21. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter therein too.
And let not them that are in the countries, like James 1:1, the 12 tribes that are scattered abroad, do not come to Jerusalem, because Jerusalem is about to be overthrown by Rome. Read.
Verse 22. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days.
Moses wrote about all of this. And the siege. That's what it's talking about. The siege and the straitness. When Rome surrounded us in Jerusalem. Cut off the water, cut off everything, and starved us. Go ahead.
For there shall be great distress in the land.
For there shall be great distress and straitness in the gates wherein thy enemy shall distress thee. That's what it says in Deuteronomy. This is what it's talking about here. That the things that Moses wrote in Deuteronomy is coming to pass now. Go ahead.
And wrath upon this people.
And wrath from the Most High upon the Israelites that disobeyed the laws of the Most High. Remember, Moses said that if you do not obey the commandments of the Lord, these curses shall come upon you and pursue you. This is what it's talking about here. Read.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
And the Israelites shall fall by the edge of the sword.
And shall
meaning the Roman sword. Go ahead.
And shall be led away captives into all nations.
And the Israelites shall be led away captives into all nations. That's the reason why the gospel has to go to all nations, because the Israelites are still scattered. That's why it says it in Deuteronomy. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all the nations, and there thou shalt serve wood and stone. And neither shall the sole of your foot have rest. Read.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
That's the bastards that is in Jerusalem now. Those are the bastards that's in Israel. That's what it's talking about. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, meaning Amalek, meaning the so-called white man calling himself a Jew. How long are they going to be there?
Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Until their time is up. Until the hourglass, until the sand in the hourglass run out. So why did I call them bastards? Because Zechariah 9:6 says they're bastards. Read it. Zechariah chapter 9, verse 6. Let's read that.
Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 6. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod.
And a bastard shall dwell in Tel Aviv. I'm just jumping because that's what Ashdod is. Modern day Tel Aviv. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. So no, I didn't cuss. Huh? I didn't say bad words. I'm reading the Bible. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Go back to Luke 21:24.
Luke chapter 21 and verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
And the Israelites, the 12 tribes, well, it was at that time, it was the 3 tribes and stragglers of the other tribes that were still in Jerusalem at that time. Okay, because the other tribes, the northern kingdom tribes primarily was out. So it was basically 3 tribes and stragglers of the other tribes were there, because some that came back to Jerusalem after the time of Ezra when we went to rebuild. So some of them were still there. Okay.
And shall be led away captives into all nations.
And the Israelites shall be led away captives into all nations. Go ahead.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
And the Gentiles, the nations, shall be in Jerusalem. So the Jews are not there. And in terms of God's prophecy, yes, some of us went back trying to set up and all that, but that's not what the Most High is asking for. So the Most High is not counting them as being in, because if you're back in your land, you're supposed to be ruling it. Our people that went over there to set up communities and all that, fine. But they ain't ruling nothing over there. So that's not what Christ is talking about. Read it again.
Verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
And the Israelites shall fall by the edge of the sword, because we lost our rulership. Because what did the scripture say? And the violent took it by force.
And shall be led away captives into all nations.
And the Israelites shall be led into captives into all nations. Go ahead.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the nations. The bastards, so you can understand.
Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
How long are they going to be over there? Until their time is up. So now, put my picture up there now. I ain't going to go inside the book. I read the book. I have the book at home. A reason why I just wanted to show the cover, because the cover sparked my interest. The name of this book is called The Truth About the Black Biblical Hebrew Israelites. Now, I want to qualify something, because although the author, Ella J. Hewley, now this is not big time as you might expect, but this is one of the little pamphlet books that was out there. But the question is what drew my attention. It says the truth about the black biblical Hebrew Israelites, which is no such thing. Y'all hear us say that all the time, right? But the reason why the author used the term black biblical Hebrew Israelites, so that you'll know they're not talking about the ones who you think are Jews. You understand that? Then the question came after that. Zoom in on the bottom part. Zoom in on that. I want you to see that small writing. This is what made me very curious. Forget the Magen David thing there. Because like I said, I'm looking past that. I just want to deal with move it up. There's more, drop it down a little bit, because there's some words above that. Right there. The world's best kept secret. What is the world's best kept secret? The question, what happened to the true black Jews in the year of 70 AD. That's what we just got through reading here in Luke. What happened to them? What happened to the Jews in 70 AD? That's what we was just reading. Read that in Luke again, that last verse.
Luke chapter 21 and verse 24.
Yes, sir.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword. Go ahead.
And shall be led away captives into all nations.
And the Israelites are the they that fell by the sword, and they shall be led away captives into all nations. Go ahead.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
And Jerusalem in 70 AD, like it tells you in other books. It tells you that, what was that general that came in? Vespasian and his son Titus, Caesar.
Titus.
Right. Came into Jerusalem, trod on the soils of Palestine, which is the land of Canaan again. And he brought great outrages and atrocities against the residue of the people. That's written in Rudolph R. Windsor's book, From Babylon to Timbuktu. And it says, and the slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. So that's what it says there. And this is what all that time period was talking about there. That it started in 60, I think it was like 65 BC. So there was persecution going on from the time of before Christ, 65 BC, all the way to 70 AD. So when Christ was born, that's the reason why they were looking for a savior, the Israelites, because the Romans had already taken and besieged Jerusalem. Even when you read it in the Gospels, you're reading about the Caesars that was ruling, Augustus and all of that. Their names is in the Bible. So when I was talking earlier, when we read out of Maccabees about the Greeks, when you go from the book of Malachi in the Old Testament, that's the time of Persia. You turn the last page of the book of Malachi, and boom, you're in the book of Matthew. So you basically went from the Persian Empire to Rome. Where is the information about the Greeks? In the Apocrypha. Daniel talked about it in the 7th chapter. How come it's not in the Bibles? Because the white man is the devil. That's the reason why it's not in there.
That's right.
Y'all understand what I just said?
Yes, sir.
The information that's in its name, it was the information that is in the binder that is called Apocrypha, which means hidden. That's what the word Apocrypha actually means. To conceal and hide. So that information was put in there. Separated by the Protestants. They took it out because it was part of the King James Bible. That's what I'm holding here. My Bible actually has the quote unquote apocryphal books in it. All of the books are here. All 80, so you can understand 80 books. Not 81, not the book of Jasher. That's another flood that the daggone demons is trying to do. Here I'm going on YouTube looking for certain things, and guess what keeps popping up? The book of Jasher. I said, what the hell is this? I ain't never clicked on that garbage, but they're trying to slide that little bit of dope in there, thinking that I'm going to pick up that crack pipe. Y'all dig it? So be careful. The Most High gave us these books here. So, where was I at? Right. The Imperial. I'm about to bring that up. So, read that again, that 24th verse.
Luke chapter 21 and verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captives into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
So the Israelites was not going to be in Jerusalem after 70 AD. That's where this question came up at. So what happened to them? Did they all die in Jerusalem? Because Christ told them to flee. So a lot of them did flee. Then you had a lot of us that were zealots that said, we're not fleeing, we're going to fight. Christ said, you're not going to be able to withstand the fierceness of these Romans. So as they fought, a lot of them were killed, and the ones that weren't killed, they were captured. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. The slaves that were captured were brought into Rome and was made slaves in Rome. And the Romans, give me my imperial Rome now. And the Romans when their amphitheaters brought and said, we want to have some games. The gladiators. So the gladiators was the war captives, meaning us. Y'all dig it? That's the reason why they had black people playing in the movie Gladiator. Yes, you had Russell Crowe, but you see he had a black co-star with him. Because the gladiators were black people. Time Life books, Imperial Rome, that's what we're looking at. Let's go into the book now. Nope, go back, not that one. Oh, right there. Zoom in on that so the people can see what it is and who wrote it. Now, move down so I can see the whole thing. Imperial Rome by Moses Haddis, the so-called Jew. Because like I said, they have the records. They have the information. So the sister asked the question, she said, what happened to the Jews after 70 AD? We're going to find out what happened to them. Y'all all right? Give me the next page. I know the pages that I'm looking for. Right there. Now, the bizarre games for gladiators. Let's now pull back. Give me another page. I'm going to come to that. Give me the full page. Right there. That's what I want to now zoom. No, you had it. You had it. That's just an insert. It's the same thing, but I zoomed in. Stay with me. Don't move yet. I want to talk. These are the gladiators here. They have what is known as terracottas and frescoes, wall mosaics, illustrating the gladiators fighting in the Christian arenas. I mean, in the Roman arenas. Y'all dig it? So as this was happening, the frescoes are showing. Now let's zoom in close on some of the images. Look at that there. That's one of the gladiators that's fighting in the arena. Look at the hair on him. Look at his skin. I want to focus on him particularly. Zoom in. Could you zoom in a little more? Because there might be some questions if starting to pixelate. All right, that's fine. Y'all can see that clear, right? This is an Imperial Rome. Move around. Get up now. Move up. Get the musicians. You see they fighting the lions and the tigers and the bears. There was Negroes among them as well. Y'all all right? Now, somebody might say, well, those ain't Negroes. Now give me the writing. Give it up. There you go right there. That's the same. So y'all can see it's the same picture, right? I just zoomed in on it. Everybody's with me. The bizarre games for gladiators. Zoom in. I can't really see it unless somebody else want to read it. Hail Emperor. Those who are about to, you got it? Okay. Bring it out.
Says, Hail Emperor, those who are about to dissolute.
No, I guess I don't know how that got messed up.
Who's
about to die. Okay.
Okay.
Right, thank you.
About to die, salute you.
Wow.
With this solemn address, the gladiators.
Hold it. The what?
The gladiators.
The what?
The gladiators.
I want you to keep that thought in mind. The gladiators, go ahead.
Scheduled to fight field past an imperial box. Most of them were prisoners of war, slaves, or criminals sent through.
That word is filed. Read that again. It's not filled.
Where we at? Oh, okay. The gladiators scheduled to fight filed past the imperial box.
Read.
Most of them were prisoners of war.
What? They were what?
Prisoners of war.
What war? 70 AD. Most of them were prisoners of war. You see how the devil is? He'll put information out there, but you won't catch that. Prisoners of war. What war? 70 AD. So when the sister asked the question, what happened to them? This is what happened. They became the gladiators. Read.
Slaves or criminals sent through
They called us criminals. They called us slaves. That's what you do to war. That's what you do to captives of war. Go ahead.
Sent through stern training schools.
They were sent through stern training schools to be gladiators. Tournaments and all that. That's what was going on with us. Basically like today in the boxing arena. We're the best in that. Mm-hmm. Same thing. Read.
The night before, they had been feted at a lavish banquet.
Go ahead.
where fans came to eye favorites.
They get to pick their favorites. I want that one right there. He was good last time, such and such. They get to pick him. Oh, that one there. What about him? So they get to pick or bet on their prize fighters, so to speak, just like we do today.
Gambling.
Go ahead.
And gamblers to estimate odds.
To estimate odds. Go ahead.
Now, in the stands, peddlers hawked cold drinks, buns, and sausages.
So that's what don't they have that in today's arenas? Hot dogs and all that. Rome is their thing, brothers. Same foods. Read.
The more unusual the contest,
The more unusual the contest,
the better the Romans liked it.
the better the Romans liked it. Go ahead.
Gladiators often fought with mismatched weapons.
What did it say?
Gladiators often fought with mismatched weapons.
Gladiators often fought with mismatched weapons. Read.
Negroes.
Stop. The Jews, the black Jews out of 70 AD, the war captives, were Negroes. But look at how the white man being the devil is. What he put right behind it?
A rare sight in Rome.
That's a damn lie. They weren't no damn rare sight at all. But that is the same kind of trickery and bamboozle attempt that they did in that other book called Spanish Illumination, early Spanish manuscript illumination, where they say Christ in majesty. It was obvious he was a black man, but what did they say? His darkened flesh tones give him an almost negroid cast. It's the same lying words that you put behind obvious truth to put the people back to sleep, because it's obvious that you're looking at the pictures and you see that they're Negroes. And you understand that they are gladiators. And you might start to click it in your mind. You say, wait a minute, the gladiators were black. Then you run across that racist writing right behind it, a rare sight in Rome. They say, oh, well, maybe it was just two of them. They were gladiators. We're no white gladiators. The gladiators was us. And they used to put us in the arenas to fight against lions and tigers and getting torn up. Just the way they do now. Like the Tuskegee experiment that I showed last week on the Bible Book of Our Fathers, where they injected the most virulent form of syphilis in these men, treated them like they were nothing. That's the same thing, that's the same sentiment that they had for us back then. The throats in the arenas to be devoured by lions and tigers and all of that. And even then, we were still good enough and we was killing a lot of the animals. No white man trained us to do that. We knew how to fight way back. So now, like I said, they didn't care for us. What that Edomite woman tell the brother who was speaking in the basketball circuit when he was bringing out information about us being the children of Israel.
He told LeBron to shut up and dribble.
Shut up and dribble. Tell them to shut up and dribble. They have no respect for our intelligence or nothing. Total disregard. Just think about it. Like I pointed out last week, not yesterday, last week, in that video about the Tuskegee experiment and the black man, the victim, the old man at the end of the thing. And he said, how could the people just have no regard for our lives? Don't care about us. Like I said on the show, these men had families. These men have lives. They gave them $32,000 as compensation for being permanently poisoned with syphilis. And you would think that's a lot of money, but it actually equated to $1,000 a year, which meant that they went through that thing for a minimum of 32 years. 32 years of these men's lives were extinguished through the evil of these people who were looking for a cure for their own white populace and using us as the guinea pigs. They didn't care about the fact if you had children, if you had aspirations, if you wanted to have plans for what you want to do with your life. No regard at all. So if they think of that way, then that's exactly how they thought back during these times here in the arenas. You're war captives and you're fighting lions and tigers and all of that. And some of those times we were devoured, torn up by those beasts in the arenas. Y'all understand? Here's an example, because like I said, the thing says here, Negroes, a rare sight in Rome. A lie. Well, no rare sight. Give me my next picture. Look at that. I want you to zoom in on that. Y'all see that? That's a lion. Now let's read the writing, because I might be racist, somebody might say. You ain't reading that right. So let's get Esau's words and let's see what he says, what we're looking at. Let's zoom in on the facial features of the man. Can y'all see that his nose is missing? Look at the hair. The hair represents woolly hair. Do y'all see that? That don't look like no white boy at all, does it? Because the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. All throughout, I got books. I got other books. Like I got a book called the British. What is it called? I ain't pulled this book out in a long time. The Oxford Illustrated History of the British Monarchy, and they got pictures, photographs of statues, and the noses knocked off. So that they were big at doing that, so that it will destroy the physiognomy of what the ethnicity of these people were, so that you and I could stay asleep. Now I'm going to show this, and I'm going to talk a little bit because time is running out. I want to give y'all a prelude to what's coming next. The nose is knocked off. Now let's go to the writing. Go to the next picture. Now, that right there was what we were looking at that's connected to. You can actually see part of it over there, right? Can y'all see it? I want that writing at the bottom. This is the tournament of beasts. Now get that writing at the bottom. A triumphant lion brought to the pitch of madness by starvation. This is the fun that they had with us. So they would starve a lion. They did this to black men and black women in Haiti. They don't know what I'm talking about. General Rochambeau. I got to get that information. That's a hard information to find. But I had recorded a clip off the radio in the 80s, late 80s. And this brother was speaking, Edward Scobie, that's his name. He was on the radio and he forgot that he was on the air. And he went too deep. And the people behind the scenes pulled the plug to the transmitter. You heard the signal just go woof. I got that recorded. So you actually just hear the station go dead. Then it comes back later and the lady said, I realized we were just off the air. Because he was getting too deep with it. And he talked about how they wanted to turn the island of Haiti back into slavery. He forgot that he was on the air. He got into the spirit of just ripping it. And he said they went through and they grabbed a woman, a pregnant woman, and tied her hands and feet to pickets on the ground. And then they rubbed bloody meat on her pregnant stomach. And then they brought a cage of hungry dogs that they starved. And then they loosed the dogs on the woman. And as the dogs ate the meat that's on her stomach, they kept eating until they ate the baby out of her stomach. Because they starved the dog for that. That's what we're looking at here. A triumphant lion brought to the pitch of madness by starvation. That's what they did with these dogs in Haiti. That they let loose on the people. It says, prepares to devour a fallen gladiator In such a match, a fighter usually was equipped with a short sword, a shield, and an arm guard. Gave him a short sword so he couldn't even fight it off, because that was fun to them. So the gladiator was devoured. That's what the statue was showing you.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.